Hey everybody, Martial Arts Pros here, and we are going over how to implement this program into your academy, how to make it kind of seamless, and each week we go back and forth from the junior program to the teen and the adult. Last week we talked about just getting started with your teen and adult instructors, getting them ready to be out on the mat, and today we're going to talk about the junior program with the videos and how some of those lessons play out. So Keith, I'll turn it over to you and I'll go ahead and share the screen.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's go over. I think the module we're going to go over today is positive attitude. So we'll bring that up on the screen here.
Yeah. So this is just in the Google Classroom under your classwork, positive attitude. And this is actually, I think in the program, it's the second group of lessons. So
Yeah, and we're going to go through the written version of it. But remember, if you have the videos playing, you don't even have to go through the written version, right? It's all done for you. So that's the benefit of finding a way to find some kind of way for the kids to watch a TV or something like that on the mat, because it really takes all the work out of it for you, and you just have to facilitate the activity. Maybe ask a few questions about the video and get the kids' responses and things like that, which I think is great. And another thing to mention with this is that it's good to have the parents able to see the video, hear the kids' responses. That's one thing that's important for us, to make sure the parents are hearing the lessons, hearing their kids respond to the lessons and their answers. We've just gotten amazing feedback from the parents on that. So just a couple suggestions there on how to effectively use this program. And totally understand if you don't have a TV yet in the classroom, or a good way to do that. And that's what this written material is for. So you're able to go through that. And because it's still great. The video just, captures the kids' attention. It takes the your 16-year-old having to explain some of the leadership lessons that you're not sure if they're ready to do that yet.
It guarantees continuity throughout the school and what's being said. Absolutely.
So those are some of the benefits of watching the videos. And the written here is a great alternative if you don't have that yet. But that would be might be a good goal to work towards. So the first one here is helping someone who is feeling uncertain. I'll go fairly quickly through these, not too crazy long. And this one is just a little role-playing game, and you just do it either as a large group, or you can break up into smaller groups depending on the age of your class, depending on how many instructors that you have. And what I love this positive mental attitude. It's just learning to take, negative situations, bad situations, and making sure that we're looking for the positive. And when you start this with your 5, 6, 7-year-olds, who are your future instructors, and they've been practicing positive mental attitude for 8 years by the time they're teaching for you, it's just setting those kids up for success and yourself for success, because you're developing great leaders with a good attitude.
Yeah, and I'd like to say just a lot of these are the activities, they're fun, throughout the 52 videos, and they are designed for the elementary age, but we do them with adults too. We have family classes and stuff, and the adults love them. But this particular month's the positive mental attitude, all of these can certainly be used with the older group and really start some great discussions with them too. So I like that about this one too.
Yeah, most definitely. So let's see. This one, let's see. What would you say to your friends if they said this to you to help them to believe in themselves? So basically, you're going to give the kids a negative phrase to say to their friend, such as, "I'll never be able to do that. What if I fail? I'm afraid," right? So they have to say that to their friend, and then we're going to practice, how do we turn that around? How do we motivate them, encourage them? and turn it into a positive conversation,
Mhm.
right? And the video gives some good ideas on what to respond with. You can give your own, if you would like, um, and so uh, this is the first lesson. You just go back and forth with the kids. They have fun, like giving the negative role playing just a little bit, giving the negative phrase because they get to act a little bit, and it's
Oh yeah, they always like the role playing, and you can mix it up too. After they get the idea, say, "Okay, we're gonna flip this," and now agree with them. Now join in the negativity. And like I'll never be able to do this. And they can say, "Yeah, you're right. You never will." And they get a little kick out of doing that too.
Yeah, so what that would look like, if we were the kids in class, so if it was my job to say, uh, if I was looking at mom here and said, I'll never be able to do that,
Yeah.
and then you would give the positive response.
I would say something like, "Oh, I believe in you. How can I help you? What's something I can do to help you?"
Perfect, and just giving them little phrases to respond to negativity with is a big help for them. Good tool for people to have in life. Worst case scenario. This is a fun one.
Yeah.
A lot of times, this one is a discussion, and you just have the group come up with a list of embarrassing things that could happen out in public, and then you talk about, well, how can we turn those embarrassing moments into either a positive moment or find the silver lining. How should we deal with those embarrassing moments? I always start this with an embarrassing personal story,
Yeah.
just to kind of lighten the mood and let them know
You're human.
I'm human, and everybody makes mistakes. I was conducting a testing when I was about 10 years old, and I fell flat on my face in front of about 200 people. I don't know how, like literally flat on my face. Um,
I remember that like it was
I just
yesterday.
tripped and
Yeah.
yeah.
You're just walking, running out there, and then all of a sudden you weren't.
And I remember, because I mean, we've been doing this forever, even as a kid, and I remember standing up. Everybody was laughing, and I laughed with them and said, "Well, that happened. Let's keep moving forward," and so I mean that really helped me in this moment to be able to laugh it off. I was embarrassed. My face
Oh,
was red,
sure, yeah.
but I was able to move forward, keep it positive, and keep going. So
And that's funny, because I had a conversation. We're doing our goal setting meetings right now, where we're talking to every student and setting new goals for the next year. And this young lady is 15, and she wants to be an instructor. She's working on that. And I said, she said she was afraid of, you know, doing it. And I said, well, I used the words here. What's the worst case scenario? What are you most afraid of happening? She thought about it and she gave her answer, and then we were able to talk through that. And I said, well, okay, so if that happened,
mhm.
what would that mean? And so it was kind of like they have these fears, and then when they realize, one, everybody does,
Right.
and two, it's never going to be as bad as you think. Yeah, so yeah, you're right, starting at a young age, and it was just the same lesson, just to a 15-year-old. So.
Yeah, and so like I said, this one's more of a discussion. You should get some good laughs, and you could have some kids tell some embarrassing stories. Depending on your class, you might want to screen those first. So
Yeah.
from experience, usually the parents get some good kicks out of that one as well. Number 3 is words of encouragement. Make sure I'm not getting the lessons confused in my head here. Okay. And so this one is just practicing, it's giving the kids phrases that they can memorize, and they can come up with their own as they get better at it. But you're giving your 6, 7, 8-year-old tools, these little phrases they can memorize and help out their friends.
Yeah, I like at the beginning of this one where it says, make sure kids know that being sad or disappointed or upset, those are it's not like you're not supposed to have those emotions.
Mhm.
You know, it's not a bad thing to be disappointed that you didn't get to do something, or to be, you know, concerned that you made a bad grade or upset. But it's what you do, you know, how do you handle it?
Right.
And that's what this lesson teaches them. Okay, you know, you're going to have times where you are upset or disappointed. How do you handle it in a
Mhm.
positive way? So
And again, very simple activity. You give the child a disappointing situation to act out. So you say, well, you know, Johnny, you failed a test, right? You failed a test at school. And so you're upset about it, you know, you're frustrated. And then, so they have to tell their friend, you know, I failed my test. How's the friend going to respond? Right? You know, we're not going to laugh. We're not going to make fun of them. Here are some different phrases you can use to encourage and um, uh, help them to help their friend through that tough situation and encourage them. And the last one, I love this one. This is they're all great. This one is my favorite, probably because it has a more martial arts into it. But you just basically you're having them be the instructor, and they're holding the target for the students, and you take turns. Everybody gets to hold the target, maybe just for a simple move like a punch or a front kick, or you know, maybe if you're in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class, have the kids shrimp down the mat, and one of them is the instructor, and they have to say positive things about everybody's shrimp as they're going down the mat, or forward rolls or backward rolls or break falls, and they have to say one thing positive. You can tweak it and make it a little more interesting, a little more fun. So you can have the kids do a terrible punch on the target, and they still they can't say anything negative. They can only say something positive. So they have to find, or have them just shrimp down the mat, just the awful, you know, just as terribly as they can. And the only thing that the junior instructor can say is something positive, right? So
definitely makes them focus on, you know, looking for something that people are doing right, you
yeah,
know, and that's something we all need to focus on too, you know,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because it's easy to see what's wrong.
And then lastly, you can have them go over the top, right? Oh my gosh, that was the best punch I've ever seen in my entire life. Like you could be the best puncher in the world, you know. So you could have them go over the top like that, which is a fun one.
Well, and that's a good lesson too. It teaches them that, you know, positive words, you know, they don't mean anything if they're so unbelievable.
Right.
You know, like you have the best punch in the world, you know, well, that doesn't really mean, you know, you're saying something nice about me, you're just blowing smoke,
Right.
basically. Yeah,
So those are the four lessons under the positive attitude module, and it's just one of our favorites, and we practice it all the time, and with our 4-year-olds, with our 74-year-olds. It's a constant thing that we always have to be practicing, and it's something that we want from our staff, you know, and your instructors and your people assisting with you. It's very important because that's contagious, right? The positive attitude is contagious, and you want that to spread to everyone in your academy. So
well, you know, it's funny, just a personal story. I had kind of a disappointment right before you came into the office, and I mentioned it, and you said, "Well, that's probably going to turn out better anyway." You know, so you were practicing what you preach, so it did help.
We all need that. We all have
Yeah.
moments. Well, and you know, so that was the practicing positive attitude.
Right.
It was also the other drill. Your friend's down just a little bit. How do you turn it around? How do you encourage them, motivate them? And we all need that. Not a single person is an exception. We all have our moments where we're down, and you need a little, you know, you need those people around you to pick you up and say, hey, brush it off, keep going, let's move forward. But so anyway, again, hopefully these are helpful, and hopefully you can see the benefit in getting some kind of TV into the classroom. I think a long time ago I used to view technology as a negative, because kids, you know, I'll always see it as kids playing too many video games, and you know, screen time. Everybody's getting too much screen time. My personal thought on that has shifted over the years to it's not going anywhere. Technology is not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
And it keeps their attention.
It's only increasing. And so let's find positive ways to use it, and let's find the right way to use technology and screens and videos to help in a positive way for the students. So that's been a shift over the last maybe 5 to 8 years or so. But
and the fact that they're only 2 minutes at the most, it's not like, you're sitting down for half an hour watching a lesson. It's like 120 seconds.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So with literally maybe 2 minutes of prep time, you don't need a screen. You don't need a television. You can read the lesson. It's so simple. You can comprehend it. Your instructors can comprehend it. A 10-year-old can comprehend it in a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. But the benefit of the screen is their attention grabbing. The lesson is taught. Then you just get to ask questions about the video. If you want, and get the kids' feedback. The activity is already explained, so I'll just confirm, make sure everybody understands what the activity is, maybe give one example, and then you knock out the leadership lesson, and be doing that in front of the parents.
Yes,
be doing the
absolutely.
be doing the leadership lessons in front of the parents. Let them see it, let them hear the lessons, because then you can reinforce it at home. We're doing goal setting meetings right now with every student in the school, and our word at the moment is respect. Some of the kids are having difficulties with respect at school or at home, and so I say, well, what's our word this month, Johnny? And the parent knows it. Well, you guys are working on respect this month, that's why, and so then we talk to Johnny about, well, are you using the lessons from the videos, so it's just good that everything, the parents are hearing it, the kids are hearing it, it's being reinforced by the instructor and the parents, and we get to see some real progress.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah.
So,
and the parents get to see the value in what this program's all about. So absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's a good, hopefully some good tips on how to use the program.
Yeah.
Some of the activities in it, and hopefully that is being utilized. And let us know if there's any questions that we can answer or go over, or any issues that you're running into. We'd love to be there and help you through it. We want you to have a school with so many instructors that you don't know what to do with them all, right? Or assistant instructors. And so anyway, we want to help you get to that point. So let us know how we can help you do that.
All right. Thanks, Keith.